Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.
Fortunately for them, their DJ neighbour, Matt Burgess, couldn't sleep.
My night, Jarrod Walsh, lovely bloke. He's been around for ages.
Oh, mate.
Jarrod, I love him. He's a great guy.
And world tennis number 3, Andy Martins, Andy Murray even.
Well, we've started with some inappropriate touching, so you know it's going to be a good show.
Oh, yeah.
And it was initiated by the old Velvet Anderson himself. G'day, guys. How you going? Play some soft house music if you like.
It's an early in the week podcast as well. Best team men, Con and Lena at Brighton Trophy Centre. Steve Stavros, Mind and Movement. If you haven't seen his latest posts on social media, have a look. It's very confronting.
Yeah, it seems like something that should be banned from Pornhub. It's that bad.
Totally agree. And I've had an inappropriate start to this recording, which I haven't shared with you until now. So normally what happens when we record this in Ozcast Network, Matt will go to the bathroom and he'll message us about an hour earlier saying, I'm just at the bathroom. So I went in there. Sometimes I try... This is the old radio head in me that I would go... Normally you used to time... songs with how long you had to do a wee when you're at the radio station that you worked at. So you'd go, oh, great. Green Day, Jesus of Suburbia, the full length is 9 minutes. Can do a poo. That's awesome. Can you play
make a roast?
All 3 parts of Evie, the one that the Aussie bands got together? Yeah, we got heaps of time to do that.
I would often get the club mix out and not tell anyone and play that. So I had at least 7 to 9 minutes of sweet poo action.
Yeah, and sometimes you challenge yourself and you have like Sandy Tom, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. It goes for like 2 minutes. Like, I can make this. And you never make it. So
Are you factoring in the walk to and from the toilet?
Pretty much, you've got to run. But I used to get that excited. So as soon as the front door of the bathroom opened, I would basically take my pants off and be walking to the urinal with old mate out. So I just did that then in the Ozcast toilet, and I got to the urinal but didn't realise there was a wall in a corner, and when I was standing there walking with my old mate out, there was a guy there doing a wee.
Oh, that's Pedo Pete. He just stands in the corner waiting.
It was very weird.
That's what that scream was when we were waiting.
Yeah. You hide behind it and come out and go, hi, is this what you're here for?
I went into the cubicle, and I don't think the Ozcast network is in a building which pays their bills because I couldn't flush the toilet.
Yeah, that happened to me this morning. Was there something still in there?
No, it was gone.
Okay.
You fished that one out. So it's good to have you here, boys. It's great. There's a lot going on. I messaged you both this morning asking...
You were very active this morning.
It was very active
Your
this
brain
morning.
was going off the hook.
I had pre-workout.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Now you said that. I understand
At
that.
least your dog didn't eat it.
That's true. Yeah. Hopefully my wife's still not listening. I wanted to know the name of a song.
Correlate? Anyway.
So the song was in my head and I finally worked it out. Can you explain the message that I sent you, or the audio message, how it actually sounded?
Sure. You know what? Let's just play it.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got it. Great.
Maddie, what's that dance song from the early 2000s where it's and I'm not gonna then on the breakdown it goes, she fell in love with an angel in the sky. I'm not gonna
You need to sample that, Maddie, and turn it into a massive hit.
Well, I just literally a few minutes ago it came to my head and I found it because I was Googling absolutely everything and I was way off. But when you hear this now, it's actually going to make sense. So I'll just bear with me when I try and get to the chorus.
Hang on.
Do you want me to plug it in?
Yeah, plug it in so everyone can hear it, not just yourself.
Sorry. That's really poor of me.
No.
Oh, that's, my headphones have just fallen out as well. It doesn't matter. It's all happening. No, it's better.
It's like we're in 5AA.
It's still there. Okay. Here we go.
Nah, start again.
Okay, I'm playing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get to the chorus part. See now?
Yes. I'd always play the remix to that.
Now play my version.
You know, when you're doing that bit, I was thinking maybe an actual festival tune.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was...
It's a great song, hey?
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking like Jamiroquai songs were going off in my head.
Yeah.
Not far.
No, well, this actually, I think we should talk about this now because it's an early drop of the podcast. And you mentioned we're into year 3 this morning, Matt.
Yes.
And we have had some listeners who have been on board since day one, and we've got some listeners who have stuck with us to now, which is fantastic. I think we need to evolve.
Okay.
And that means I would like to set us all the challenge and say, this is the last time you will hear this podcast.
Wow. That's a bit cool. Haven't told me that yet.
Well, yeah, it's been a good 3 years.
Yeah, what do we do about the network?
No, in this form.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're quite loose. We ad-lib, which is great.
Yep.
But I think we are in a position where we can add a bit more structure around what we do. So
I like structure.
We have a game that we play, which is Athlete or Porn Star, which is getting close to probably its life.
Huh. Well, yeah, because
This is running out.
there's not a lot of athletes left with weird names.
There's only
And there's only so many times you can tell your wife what you're actually looking at.
that's
and the reason
exactly
why.
right.
That's right.
There's no more players left called Nigel Erection, who's a baseball.
No. And all the porn star names are getting too obvious.
Yep. I think we need
so-
to change our intro. So
Yes.
that will be changed by next round, I think. Yeah, this is just, I'm just bringing this to the table. We haven't discussed this.
Okay, boss.
Mate, you just got to take one for the team, all right? Being that guy, right?
Oh, mate, I heard it on the air this morning and I just nearly threw up.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I think some of the things that Andy and I were talking about before were when we were working in radio, we had heaps of brainstorms and creative moments where we thought, let's play this as a game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do this as a segment. But they all got poo-pooed because they weren't someone else's idea.
Sure.
This is an opportunity that we all, each week, should bring a game to the table.
Yep.
And it's pretty much like ideas that we have had in the past that have never been given an opportunity. So I think that will give us a bit more fun and things that people can look forward to.
Definitely.
What do you boys think?
I reckon that's a really good idea.
That's a great idea. It's almost a segment within itself, isn't it?
I think so. I think
Stuff
so.
that got turned down.
Well,
That's great. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't speak over that because we're going to use that from here onwards, everybody. 7 minutes in. Make sure you lock that in, Andy. Okay, mate. Yeah, cool.
there's lots of that stuff. So when we find radio fails, we can have a radio fail little segment, which we can discuss and listen to. When we have other games that we can bring, different ways that we can incorporate our listeners, because we do have a lot of people listening, and people will come up. I was at the soccer, the W League the other night, and Ripley, who is a listener, came up and said, "Mate, when are you doing another booze team, man?" Well, that's great. That's awesome. I said, "Hold on a sec, mate. Just got to announce a goal. I'll let you know in a second."
I don't believe it.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually working here, mate.
See, the reason I didn't say that is because he would have heard that so many times.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But he's a listener and he loves the podcast. Josh, the guy from the Electricity Powerhouse podcast. He came to the basketball the other night and he's like, "You know what? I listened on the way here. Good show." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Dad. That was really nice." So it's something that you're going to hear lots of new and shiny things this time next week when you listen to the podcast.
Yes. No, looking forward to that.
Sets us a challenge as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Really gives us a bit of a deadline to do things.
That's true.
So that's good. No, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to
I was
it.
waiting for an Andy punchline then, but it never came.
No,
It was
we're
actually
there
being
at some
serious.
stage. He looks like he's getting something ready, but
He is, isn't he?
What are you getting ready?
No, I can't find it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to this week?
I'm now a newsreader,
What?
What,
Yeah.
just for a week?
literally from today.
Where?
Okay.
Here.
Wait a second.
Hang on.
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I'm a newsreader. We have a news channel now.
Oh, congratulations. So give us an example of you news reading.
Hi, I'm Andy Martin. I can play some if you want.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We would love to hear
all
this.
right.
So how did this all come about?
We needed to do news.
Okay.
So we sat down and went, what is missing from the Ozcast Network? There's lots of sports, there's lots of entertainment, there's lots of wellness and health and mental health and all sorts of stuff. Food, yeah. Okay, now I'm
Starving,
up.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm Italian. Yeah.
We need news.
We need to talk about that as well, because
What's that?
Taylor,
Yeah.
Taylor, who's part of the I'm Hungry and You're Italian podcast.
Yeah, it
Was
does.
it you who raised something about Taylor?
Yeah, it was.
So are you aware of this? So Taylor Jones, she's a fantastic person and a great newsreader at Nova 919. She is a new partner. And
Really?
her partner, do you want me to tell this
Yeah,
story?
go, please do.
Her partner's surname is Paley. So if they get married,
Oh my God.
her name will be Taylor Paley.
I reckon she hasn't considered that one yet. Usually when you're swiping on Tinder, because you don't get last names, do
No,
you?
no, you
And I'm
don't.
assuming that's where they met. But anyway.
What about my missus then? She put on her Instagram because it was our wedding anniversary on the weekend.
Yep.
And she didn't get anything from me, which is totally fine. But I got her some nasal spray for her snoring. And she put on her Instagram, yeah, we met through MySpace. I'm like, don't say that.
Oh
Come
my
on,
God.
please
Did you
don't
really?
say that.
Actually, really?
No, so, well.
How does that work?
I think it's like a real technicality because we kind of met, but then started talking on MySpace like back in the early 2000s. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was made that very clear to her.
Yeah.
But the way that she wrote it on social media was like, yeah, we met on MySpace and then we met up and then we're together. I'm like, whoa, there are some missing elements there.
It really sounds like the police need to look at what happened there.
Yeah. So that was
The word grooming comes to mind.
No.
So how far into it did you put her in your top 8?
It was really so strange because
Before or after Tom? That's the question.
Tom stayed there. Tom's a staple in your top 8,
She
I reckon.
was like in my top friends, and she invited me to go watch U2 at the Amy Stadium. And
that's good.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and I asked my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, so this girl that you've never met, Gabs, has just asked if I wanted to go to the U2 concert with her. She's like, yeah, that's all right. And I said, are you sure? Yeah. So she gave me her blessing. I'm like, okay, you're not invested in this relationship because I would have said no.
And you're like,
I read into that. She's gone, I want to see you too.
what do you mean?
Because you've gone to her, hey, do you want to catch up? I want to see you. And she's like, I want to see you too.
Oh, man. Dad's arrived.
Yeah, g'day guys. Wearing sneeze. Hello. I've got kids.
So putting that on Instagram, and she tells that story. I'm like,
That's
just
hilarious.
Make it a little bit more like. But I guess that's really common now. Back then, it wasn't common. Now everyone meets online, don't
Yeah,
they?
I met Yaz on Tinder.
Yeah.
The old swiper Rooney.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to get that phone, mate?
Yeah. No, it's just another week, another phone call. There you go.
no, I didn't meet Kira online, which was good.
Where'd you meet her?
Brand.
No, I
DJing?
don't think I've ever told you.
Alma?
I found her phone in a cab.
What do you mean, just going through a cab?
Yeah.
No, like I was in a cab on the way
Cab staff?
home, and there was a phone there, and it was hers.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
So
So you went through the phone?
No, I didn't go through it at all. So she messaged it from her computer.
Right. Yeah.
And I was able to respond, and I was like, "Yeah, I got your phone." And then I said to her, "I go, because I was on my way home from Reds, and it was very early in the morning."
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, I'm just going to have some sleep, and
Yeah.
then I'll drop it down to you tomorrow."
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, cool." I said, "Where do you live?" And the little 3 dots popped up, and she was writing. I'm like, "I bet you she's
It's
going to
not
say."
the only thing, mate.
And I was like, she's going to say Gawler, or she's going to say somewhere that's an hour and a half from my house. Luckily, she didn't say
everything,
that.
yeah.
So, I dropped it down to her on the Sunday, and then
How about the phone?
I saw your face when I said that. We are like meerkats. You guys were waiting for that.
We're like meerkats at Christmas.
Yeah. So I gave her
Okay, no. You see, you lose
There's
track.
no
way
so you
out of
rolled
that
up
one.
and you're like, I'll give you this if you give me something. And then they're together. You guys looked at me like, what is he doing? I
Yeah.
definitely didn't say that.
Oh, that's great. And then how did you get from that to let's go on a date?
Well, the
You're like,
the
I'll
Monday,
give you your phone back if you go on a date with me.
That's right. No, so the Monday after I dropped it off to her was Future Music
Right.
Festival, and we caught up there and hung out, and that's how we sort of met.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
remember Andy telling me when I was at your first or second date with Yasmin, you're like, yeah, we went to Glenelg and then we just started making out on the ticket machine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Andy and Yasmin are on this full, like, we've just started dating, we're just going to make out at everything kind of thing.
Oh,
As
yeah,
you do when
yeah,
you're
no,
in a new relationship.
yeah, Clipsal,
And you
Clipsal.
kind of just don't care.
Clipsal. Yeah, Clipsal. That's where the whole potato saga happened.
Yeah, it was just-
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
Yeah. What's up, Melbourne? All that sort of stuff. Anyway, should we listen to me being a newsreader?
Yes. We're back to that now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Just loading, guys.
Slow news day.
It's, why isn't it working? Oh, yeah, here we go. That's okay. Still not working. That's fine.
It's really happening.
Fucking stand by, all right?
Because I like the fact that we don't edit the podcast.
Yeah, say something nice.
People,
All right, here we go.
Oh, it's there. It's very quiet.
I think it's coming through.
This is Headlines by Ozcast, Tuesday, Feb 2nd, 2021. I'm Andy Martin. An Australian company has signed a... There you go, that's what you're getting. You're going to listen to the actual episode.
Whoa, that's great.
Yeah.
So have you had to, like... I can hear it.
If something's still playing.
Oh, yeah, it's playing through my phone. Sorry, guys.
Have you had to change your voice or anything?
Well, yeah, I've done a few projects this week which I have to change my voice. Like
Yeah.
another one is a complete opposite. Should I play that too?
Yes, you should.
So say that's newsreader voice.
Yeah.
This is Andy, best team man, Andy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Party,
yeah,
party,
yeah.
party, party. And this one is Meditation World.
No
Oh, yeah.
way.
Here it comes. Magpies president. No, that's not it. That's still the other one going. That's
the news.
Yeah, hang on a minute.
We're gonna meditate. Eddie Maguire talks racism.
Yeah. Meditation.
That's the reverb on it.
Yeah. Bring awareness to the right hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of work at the
It's
moment.
been a crazy week, fellas.
Play that start again. I
Yeah.
just want to hear you say meditation and then bring awareness to the right hand.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wasn't
as
thinking
well as other
about
things
that.
too.
Bring awareness to your fist. Move it in.
Is that if you named your penis awareness?
Meditation for mental clarity. The things we do, fellas.
Play the hand part.
The hand part. Well, this episode is all about the hand part.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Here we go again. Bring awareness to the right hand. Notice each finger of the right hand.
Oh,
there you go.
so hang on, is that meditation or is that Pornhub?
Well, it swings both ways. Yeah, so it covers everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Isn't it funny how for certain things you actually have to change your voice? So
Bloody oath.
I was at the Summer Sounds Festival a couple of weekends ago. We spoke about it last
Who'd
round.
you go with?
Was it William Sparkles?
He was there. So they had a bit of trouble the night before. I think it was Spiderbait played there, and there was people getting out of their pods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was a bit chaotic. So just before Will went on stage, the promoter came up to him and said, look, can you get on the mic and just explain to people that they can't get out of their pod, they have to stay in, or you're going to have to stop the music. And Will was like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. And I said, well, I'll do it if you need to. So, yeah.
I'm Matty B from
No, so-
Best Team Man and Boost Team Man.
No, so it was literally 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes before he went on, they handed me the mic, and I had to go. Welcome to Summer Sounds Festival 2021. Put on the
That's cool.
exaggerated voice, and I didn't.
Do you pretend you're excited voice?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
When I'm at home, Yaz goes, don't laugh at me with your podcast laugh.
What's the podcast laugh?
Apparently, I've got a laugh where it's like a radio podcast laugh
Yeah,
that
right.
isn't my true laugh.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
You don't have a true laugh here.
Well, I guess not.
Is that it?
Yep.
I say the fact that you've got this whole new audio stream now of newsreaders, I think which it goes into our radio bit that I wanted to play. I want to set the scene though, and it's quite long-winded. So obviously, my daughter's 3 weeks old. I think she's 3 weeks old. Anyway, she's 3 weeks old.
Sure.
On Friday.
Sure.
And newborns, they don't sleep.
No.
At all. But I'm really enjoying her not sleeping. Like, I'm making the most of it because it doesn't last forever. And on Friday, I got home from the football, and then basically she was awake at 11 o'clock. And I said to my wife, I'll just take her because I can settle her. And I couldn't do that with my other daughter. So it's a really nice thing. And I went out the back of our house and sat on a swing chair, watched the end of the soccer and just sat there. And it was amazing. But I love listening to late night talkback radio. Yeah. And at 5AA, they've changed over their talkback announcers this year. So Jeremy Cordo has moved to the weekends.
Yep.
Matthew Pantelis, who is the former news boss, and just did a bit of talkback. He is doing nights now.
Right.
Nights.
Where's old mate Frangelico?
Frangelico is just a summer fill-in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Knights Radio traditionally on 5AA gets good ratings. Bob Francis set the benchmark really high. Like before he passed away, he was getting a 20 share minimum, and that's a lot. So 20% of the radio audience is listening to that show.
Wow.
And he had lots of listeners from around the country. Jeremy Cordeaux took over. I think there was a couple of people in between, but then Jeremy took over. Still good ratings. Jeremy's show was pretty good. Very quirky. Talks about his cars and had a couple of wines in the hotel next door, and he's just loaded. So now Matthew Pantelis has big shoes to fill. And speaking of filling, that is basically what he had to do on Friday night, because you either get heaps of callers or no callers. And what he thought he'd do to engage an audience was do a quiz. Now, I've been in this position before, and Andy, you would know, it's actually really hard to generate callers if, A, you're taking the calls yourself. So if you don't have a producer, you've got to take the calls yourself and just guess who they are. I remember one time Andrew Reimer was hosting a show, and he got a woman to just keep talking, and then he just went to the toilet while she was talking. He sat back and went, it's like... Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Anyway, 8223 0000. I've got a message here. Dear Andrew, we know what time it is. Stop saying the fucking time. So this was hilarious. It's actually quite a long bit of audio.
Okay.
But things to listen out to. How desperate he gets for calls. How much he's padding. There's a moment where he actually tells someone they're right even though they're wrong, just so we could give them a point, and how much he wanted to give away these movie tickets. So we are all going to listen as listeners. You can comment through. I was pissing myself laughing, and I'm glad we got this audio.
Good evening to you. It is 25 to 12 and 18 degrees in Adelaide. Our low tonight will be 16, so we're nearly there. 26
Just
tomorrow,
pause for a second,
partly
Andy.
cloudy,
I'm
sunny
just
Sunday.
going to get you to pause at certain spots.
It's not even
apologise.
late.
No, it's not. But there's certain tricks here. You can hear the announcer really stretch out the audio. If he mentions the weather a couple of times, the time, it's just filling gaps because you're close to midnight. The finish line is so close.
Yeah.
You just got to pad.
That's right.
Yeah.
9, sounds good. Let's do the quiz. Mark's the only person on the line at the moment, so gee whiz, Mark.
There's 8 lines. Mark is the only one there.
What an advertisement for the quiz.
Yeah.
And what you hear very shortly is he says both numbers, which is also the internal phone number for the studio if you wanted to call if you're from the newsroom. So
Correct.
he's really wanting everyone to call.
Sure does. Just double checking the lines are working.
Everyone in Adelaide has full confidence you will get through clearly.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Really easy questions, and all of
Let's all
tonight
play
seem
along,
to have
shall we?
numbers involved in them, so I don't know how you are with numbers, but you don't have to add anything or multiply. That's the good news.
Now, what I'd do is, I'd also say, hey, mate, is there a chance you can get out of the fucking wind tunnel so we can hear you clearly?
Yeah, or stop breathing.
All right, mate, you ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
I'll give you the buzzer. The first one is, what sort of food, or where can you
Okay,
buy?
pause.
Well,
so
I've
he
already
obviously wasn't reading his quiz question.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with numbers. I don't know, like he spent the whole thing introing it as about numbers.
You don't have to add or subtract.
No.
Because I got to this point, I was like, oh yeah, the number question bit might be at the end. No.
A foot long.
Subway.
Correct.
Subway.
Well done.
You know, at this point, he would have gone, fuck, that went quick.
Yeah. So he's got the tickets now?
How many questions did he have?
Too many.
Okay.
Subway. How easy is that?
So easy.
So now everyone's sorry they didn't ring up to play. This one also has a number in it. The term...
Does it?
Didn't have a number in it. The first question, number one, as in the question.
Fourth estate
I love this one.
refers to what type of profession?
This is where I lost it. The fourth estate refers to what type of profession? Do you guys know?
No.
Okay.
Can you just repeat that? What estate?
Fourth estate.
It's a rattle.
A lawyer.
He's run out of time. He's run out of time. What's going to happen?
Did anyone hear what he said, just out of interest?
No.
Lawyer? Did you say lawyer?
Yes.
So
He did not say lawyer.
Can you go back a little
And the
bit?
guy just goes, yes.
He worded him up. So he's gone, oh, did you say a lawyer?
Oh, and that guy on the line probably thought he was
Yeah,
saying
so-
yes.
yeah, I did,
yes,
mate, I did.
yeah.
Can you just repeat that? What estate?
Fourth estate.
A lawyer.
A lawyer?
Oh, no, you could have said lawyer.
Did you say lawyer?
Yes.
You can hear the
I
mouse click as well.
Yeah. I actually think he said lawnmower. And he's missed half the word. He said lawyer.
No, Mark. Sorry. Nope, the Fourth Estate
Let's go to
does
the
not
next caller.
refer to the law.
Okay, fair enough.
It's at this point he looks at the phone screen and goes, okay.
Thank you, though, for playing.
Yep.
You got one down. We got 4 to go. So that's where we're up to. The Fourth Estate. You'd have time to Google it
Stretching.
by now. Come on, give me a call. 8223 0000
Yep.
or 55, whatever works for you.
Both.
Not fast. You'll get straight through.
Okay.
And you'll
Anyone
be
called
playing
yet?
for a double pass to go to the fabulous Wallace Cinemas.
Okay.
Give a bit of info at the old Wallace Cinemas while we're here to fill some time.
Mark got the first one right. And that was pretty easy.
Yep.
This one's not that hard. I'm sure somebody out there knows. The
What about the
Fourth
question?
Estate,
Yeah.
what does it refer to?
Well, someone's got to
and
call.
if you know the answer to that,
All
give
right,
me a
pause.
call right now.
So at this time, he's spoken for about 8 seconds, just hoping that the phone lines would fill up because the delay has gone now. So he's like, okay, surely. All right, let's just see. Come on, Fourth Estate.
It might make it all the way through because the questions don't really get that much harder. And if there's anything here that I think is difficult, I might give
He's
you a
scrambling,
range
isn't
if
he?
it comes to that, just to help out, because I want someone to win the prize at the end of this. So,
Okay, yep.
come on, the Fourth Estate, 8223 What does it mean? Question
At this
2
point, I
in
was
our
thinking of
quiz.
calling
You
up.
can ring.
Because I would have called up and my name would have come on the screen. But if I called up, I would have gone, here, g'day, mate. Yes. And I would have sworn. Just
Yeah, is it Cummins cider? Cummins cider. Yeah.
Okay.
Through right now and get straight through. Double Wallace movie pass, thanks to the fabulous Wallace Cinemas.
It's
and
not
of course, cinemas
It's
at
not
Mitch.
really an enticing prize either, is it? Like, let's
No, it's not.
For a business that is worth so much, they invest so much into their business.
Yeah.
It's an $8 prize.
It really is, and it's obviously it's not an actual prize that the client is giving either.
Yeah. No.
It's just an empty chair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Mount Barker, Noarlunga, that was the one I'd forgotten. Piccadilly.
Let's go through
Been
all
there
the
since
locations.
1940. Mainline.
Piccadilly also have good water there, I think, and a good walking trail and such.
We're getting a history lesson on Wallace Cinemas right now.
You can imagine me just sitting on the swing chair going, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
Drive in as well at Jeps Cross. So, free board. I know somebody wants to play.
Do they?
Obviously they don't.
For the double Wallace Cinema Pass, Friday
on.
night.
You can just hear old Mavis going, no. I want the night sky on, which is pre-records now, I think, anyway, isn't it, for midnight?
Yeah.
Can't be that jaded yet.
Oh, wow.
At
his first week on
22
the air.
minutes to 12 o'clock. So I'll just sit here and chat quietly to myself until somebody
Hey, you're on
joins
the
me on
radio.
the line.
Surely
8223
someone-
0000.
This is the best bit coming up.
The Fourth Estate. Surely you've heard it. Surely somebody listening knows what it means and wants to
Now it's
play.
offending the listeners.
Yep.
You
Gee whiz,
dumb
Mark, I would have
fucks.
given you an easier question if I thought you would have fallen over at that hurdle. Oh, boy. Come on. Fourth Estate. Need an answer. And it's still a free board.
So there's no, the
Not
delay's
going to
gone.
leave me hanging, are you?
They're gonna leave you
As
hanging,
we,
mate.
we count down to midnight.
Come on.
And I've got 25 minutes or 22 minutes to fill.
now begging with the
I can do this all night. I can pad.
No, you
Learn how to
can't.
pad in this game.
As you know what, he did the announcing at the Royal Show on the Big Oval for years.
Oh, the Supercross guys. And
No. You know the guy in the box?
Yeah,
He'd be like,
yeah.
oh, the Birdie Beetle clown's going, oh, are you Birdie? You going to do that,
Yeah.
Birdie?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
This is to his defense, it's very difficult to sit there and pad without being able to go to a song or
Yeah.
anything.
Because you start thinking about, oh, shit, what's the PD going to say on
no,
Monday when he
yeah.
goes, why didn't you fill it with content?
Yep.
And he's, anyway. Still going.
Very easy
there
to
is.
do. Just, chat about bits and pieces and whatever else. So,
and pieces and
8223
whatever else.
It's this point, I think he's starting to give up.
You
You can tell in his
flagged it.
voice.
Yeah.
You go through, it's like grieving, right? He went through about 4 different processes there.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, yeah, no one's calling. That's cool,
he's being
whatever.
friendly. You can tell that in his
and then,
head.
Then he got funny. Then he got offensive to the listener. Like, why are you guys so dumb? Not calling up.
Yeah.
And now
Surely
he's
you've
like,
heard
well,
of Fourth Estate
He
before.
wants
yeah.
to grab the mic.
Yeah.
Listen, you fucking dead shit. Fucking call up right now and I'll give you the fucking answer to the Wallace Cinema questions. Call fucking now.
But you know what? I now understand why the best team men, they were a bit angry they're in here. I'm probably not even on air right now. Microphone's broken. Headphones broken.
Sign up to this fucking night. I'm not talking. I can't wait for Friday night footy when I'm going to fucking fucking night off, and my talk back is Barbara from Birkenhead. He's like, go the fucking power!
O-double-O. Still a free board. Wow. Must almost be a record.
It's not a good one.
I just check an answer on my phone because I'm not sure about this particular one that's about to come up. All right, now you're all ringing. This is what I like. Thank you for that. You're saving me from
being sacked,
getting stalled in the quiz. Luke has called up from Piccadilly. Hello, Luke.
G'day, Matthew. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling through.
That's okay. My first time caller. So
really?
Hopefully, been listening to 5AA for a long time.
Mate, welcome along. I'm so glad you've rung in for this.
Like, really glad.
Thank you very much.
No worries. At the end of he's like, did I say the right thing, Dad? Is that what you want?
He's text someone to ring in.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the best things that I heard Pants do was it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually New Year's Day. One of those 2 days, right? And it was midday, and it was the deadest time for anyone listening to 5AA, and he was on.
Yeah.
He did a 4-minute phone call with himself. What? Yeah, it was a pre-recorded thing, but it was hilarious. It was about talking to himself about working, but he was at home.
Yeah,
it was.
Was it genius or a bit cringe?
I think it was genius.
Yeah.
Right,
he's a very nice guy. He's very committed to the craft as well. So this is the same guy that we had airlock doors in the building, so you had to scan your pass and then the other side press a button to open the doors. Right. So he was reading the news, but he locked himself out one night and he was going to be late. Right. So on the Monday we got into the building and we're like, what is this hole in the wall? He actually kicked a hole in the wall to put his hand through and open the air to get in.
But the hilarious thing is, just above that hole that he made to get through, there's actually an emergency entry thing you can press for like fire and stuff. So he could have just pressed that and would have opened up.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I love hearing that stuff. Like the late night radio is very good to listen to. On the weekends at night time too, you just hear people padding.
It's such a pity because it's a real, like you said, a craft to pad on a commercial radio station at night time when you know that you've got a long period coming up where you have to fill.
Yeah, Bob Francis used to literally go on and say, listen, if you're not going to call up, I'm just going to play music. and then he just played music. Like, fine, watch. And then he just started playing songs.
Yeah, and I think that there was like some people, was it maybe Mr. Cordeaux? I think he was playing like old records of comedians.
Yep. Yes.
So on vinyl.
Yeah.
So it would have been heaps racist. Like, imagine the comedy back then in the 30s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, Matty, how do you feel as a Collingwood supporter about what's going on with your club at the moment? Andy, we won't take the piss out of what's happening, right?
No, because I spoke about it in the news.
Okay, so you know what's going on.
Andy's probably more across it than I am. I actually haven't, and I'm being 100% truthful here, I haven't looked or heard that much into it, to be honest.
Well, the podcast is called Headlines, mate. I got no idea about the actual content.
Right. Oh, okay, so you didn't actually delve into it. But no, to be honest, I haven't watched what he said. I've only seen the little headlines on the Twitter.
So Eddie said yesterday it's a proud day. A proud and historic day for the Collingwood Football Club.
In what way is that?
Because it was about a report that came out, right?
Yeah, about systemic racism. And I thought what he was trying to say was we're proud that we've opened up the club to an independent review, because a lot of clubs have not independent reviews. They're like, look, we're going to do an internal review and we're going to get the CEO and the general manager to do it. Everything's fine, guys. Yeah, it's great.
And I took some of the things that I've read as it's a good thing that they are aware of where the club's at and what they need to do to fix it. So I feel, like I said, I haven't read too much into it, and I'm not going to defend what he said because, his choice of words probably could have been a little bit better. But he also needs to know that he's Eddie Maguire and everyone's going to jump on everything he says straight away.
That's the disappointing thing, I think, because I sometimes write tweets and then delete them because I'm like, I just can't be bothered seeing the replies. If only he was advised by someone who had a really extensive media career to tell him how to do press conferences, and you're like,
that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, and I put up a tweet before saying the people that I feel sorry for are the current players.
Yeah.
Because they're going to cop it now from crowds. You know, they go play West Coast in Perth.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be called racists and all that sort of stuff. And these players, these kids that have been at the club for, only a few years. This hasn't got anything to do with them.
The only reply I'd have is, well, our colours are black and white, we're fine.
But I think, but he did mention that in the press conference, yeah.
Oh, that's clutching.
Yeah.
I think I saw one of the board members for Adelaide United, Ian Smith, wrote this yesterday, and I think it's a really, really
See
important...
the old voiceover guy for Price is Right back in the day?
No. That's
yeah, I remember him.
Tim Smith?
No, it's like I don't know. His last name's Smith, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Racism not only exists in sport, it is across our society. How do I know? As a privileged middle-aged white bloke, because people of colour tell me so and I believe them. That's how I know. It should be as simple as that. If someone is offended and they feel something is racist towards them, we wouldn't know what it's like.
No.
We got no fucking idea, mate.
No.
So, yeah, it's a very, very weird day yesterday.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, I almost deliberately didn't want to delve too much into what was said and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, that's my phone.
Here we go.
For once.
Sorry, can we please play the new game?
Yeah.
That does not make sense.
Great. So this is a new game, which Matty kind of flagged a while ago.
It does not make sense.
I don't know why I played twice.
Because you pressed play twice.
Yeah, fair call.
So can you explain the idea behind this, please?
Yeah, so we were just brainstorming, like we said at the start of the show, that we're going to start doing, and all three of us bring something to the table that to us doesn't make sense. So it can be a phrase, it could be an action or a scenario or something like that. So and then we'll dissect it and see if we can make sense of it.
Yeah. So I've got a list of a few phrases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think this is what we're doing. We're going to do different games each week we're creative people. We got to be more creative, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're lazy.
Are we? We're not lazy.
No, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Okay. So do you want me to go through, just to start us off, common sayings that don't make sense?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So first one. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
That does not make sense.
Now, I don't understand the meaning behind that. I guess it's like you can't hold on to it if you're going to eat it because it would vanish. Is that right?
I don't know, but if you've got cake and you want to eat it, go for it.
Unless you're a cake shop, then
you can't eat your own cakes.
Yeah,
that's
right.
true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Maybe that was written for a cake shop.
It's like don't get high off your own supply sort of stuff.
There's no use crying over spilled milk.
Did it say spilt or spilled?
I think it's both, but this one's spilled.
It does not make sense.
What about this bloke? He's really looked into it. He's a philosopher. His name's Aaron Benzeev.
Oh.
And he's like...
Benzie.
Yeah, I'll bend over.
As Ben.
Guys, sometimes we should cry over spilled milk. Otherwise, how will we learn to value milk and how will we avoid spilling it again?
That does not make sense.
Aaron just needs to get outside and keep the footy around.
Go for a ride, Aaron.
Money can't buy happiness.
Have you ever seen a sad person on a jet ski?
Fair enough. It's very quick.
Matty said bring one to the table, just a heads up.
Oh, really? No, I just thought I'd start.
That's fair. That's fair.
Next week we're like, set them all. We haven't got, we've got nothing left.
Okay, last one. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah, I like lemonade.
Yeah, but do you like the lemonade made from lemons?
No, I like the fake lemonade.
Yeah, fake-a-nade.
Yeah.
This is assuming life also gave you sugar at some point and you didn't immediately add it to your coffee.
That one genuinely doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'll just play that.
It does not make sense.
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
If your local On The Run is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 365 days of the year, why are there locks on the doors?
Oh, yeah. That is good.
Thank you.
Yeah. My saying is when someone is tickled pink.
That does not make sense.
You know, when I'm tickled pink about being here today, like they're happy.
Yeah, or have you been tickled that hard that you've turned pink because of the thrush?
I don't know where it came from. It's...
Okay, well, we want your suggestions on the socials. Best Team Men on Twitter. I think that's the Twitter handle.
82230000. Yeah, at Best Team Men.
On Instagram and Facebook. And Look, we're going to open up a mailbag. So I think we need to do listener questions.
I've got some. I put some on the Instagram before we started.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
That is great. See, Matty, you're good at the Instagram.
You really are, mate.
And we've had 2 sent in.
Okay, that's great. It's both of our followers.
Yeah,
it's
one from Andy, one from Jarrod.
No, so funnily enough, they both asked the same thing.
Okay.
I'll let you figure out who they're from.
Yeah.
Okay. They both ask, how does Tom Brown have a job?
Okay. So
That
from
does
Jack
not
Hudson.
make sense.
Jack Hudson's one,
Yeah. Josh Miller.
and he's the second.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
So I've got a theory on Tom Brown. Now, he's a journo from Channel 7 who...
I thought it was a game you play in the toilet.
Mate, I'm just going with Tom to the porcelain, all right? So I think Tom Brown is a guy who is quite controversial on social media because he just writes silly tweets.
Is he a sports
footy
person?
reporter?
Oh, okay.
I think he got his degree at TAFE.
He...
TAFE are an excellent sponsor of the Ozcast Network.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think he is a news director's dream. He will do whatever they want. He's what I would refer to as an ambulance chaser.
He takes them for the team, doesn't he? Like
Definitely does, yeah.
I don't want to name names, but a Kane Corns. That's sort of
in
like
the reporter's world.
Yeah, like that sort of journalism, like creates controversy.
No. They're very, very different because Kane's job is to be an opinionist in a way, like to have an opinion.
Where a journalist is supposed to report
Tom's job is
stuff.
to report the facts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But he doesn't report the facts. He'd just rather be first.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
It's very
he reports
weird.
the facts. As in, if you...
You should play It Does Not Make Sense.
I think I won this.
That does not make sense.
Andy's whatever.
No, I can understand why he has a job. I think it'd be a very difficult job to do, but you need to be a certain type of person to do it. That's you'd be the person that if there's a really sensitive issue, you'd be the journo that tries to contact the person really uncomfortably just to get the story. I think it'd be...
So for people that are playing at home that are just like me, that don't understand Tom Brown and his antics, what has he done lately to make everyone ask that question?
He's a Collingwood supporter and his dad would be connected with Eddie Maguire because his father is Jeff Brown, who used to run Channel 9.
Oh, okay.
And Tom has an opinion or reports absolutely everything unless it involves Collingwood.
Oh,
So that was someone from our account tweeted something similar last night. Gosh,
Yeah,
got
right.
good traction.
Yeah, so one thing, Tom actually blocked me on Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah, which was good. It was during a game that I was watching on TV, and he reported a player came off limping, and he tweeted, so-and-so, bad hamstring, will miss 3 to 4. And then, obviously, I was watching on TV. He must have been at the game. So I had the luxury of a review or a replay. And a replay. Yeah. Not a reply, a replay.
That does not make sense.
A replay.
I know what you're saying, though.
And I messaged you before. You didn't reply to me.
Old EAS replay. I had the luxury of a replay, and I could see clearly that this guy had just got a corky and not a hamstring.
Yeah.
And Tom went out with a tweet saying, hamstring, 3 to 4 weeks. And I replied, Tom, I think you'll find it's a corky. He'll be back on. And then the guy came back on and Tom blocked me. That was pretty cool.
Very weird.
How much
Very
of a
petty,
dickhead do you have to be?
very petty, Tom.
Especially if you're in that world, being
Yeah.
a journalist, you have to understand that people aren't going to like your opinions.
Well,
There's
he
people
does
that-
tweet sometimes the tweets that don't allow replies.
Yeah.
So you can tell he knows he's about to tweet something which is going to get a lot of feedback when he can't turns off the replies.
Yeah, that's not great. No. You're not a good person if you do that.
Good questions, guys, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If anyone more than 2 people want to ask more than one question next time, that'd be great.
Awesome. I'll keep an eye on it for the
That
rest of the
does
show.
not make sense.
You love that, don't you? So let's wrap up. Let's get ready for next week because it's going to sound a bit different.
Yeah. Really is. Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
I like progression. I like slight change, but we continue on the same path, which is
Well, like we said, we're 3 years into the making now, so it's probably time we did something.
The
a little bit
first
more.
year, I don't want to go back. And
No,
listen.
let's
It was
dissect.
enjoyable.
Let's dissect the first year.
We've got to find out as well how many episodes we've done.
I could do that.
Oh yeah, and can we have a chart thing next?
I can quickly, if you guys want to talk about yourselves.
Yeah, talk about yourselves, yeah.
Stand by.
How's the Yankalilla Dog Sharks going?
Going well. We're
right.
in the midst of pre-season at the moment, so working the boys hard.
And what about
yeah.
You ask for that though, Matty.
I walk straight into it, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, no, they're going well.
Keep talking.
Look, we do have lots of merchandise. And Con and Lena from the Brighton Trophy Centre, great people. If you haven't heard us talk about them before, well, please contact them. Go and see them. They'll be able to sort you out.
Contact.
I do that accidentally all the time.
Well done.
Thank you so much for that beautiful replay there. I wouldn't really pay too much attention to the charts. Did you hear Press Box is back?
They are back, yes. I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw that they are up and about again.
Good time there. They have joined up with Hutto to do stuff via the Inner Sanctum.
Right, I'm not quite across what that is.
Yeah, they said that when we were on with them, and I had no idea what they were talking about.
I didn't know either.
Jack Hudson's website and business. He's got a group of people who are talented writing sports stuff. Rowan Connolly, I've noticed, is doing his own thing on Footyology. Rowan Connolly is the angriest person on Twitter I've ever seen. Like, he just abuses people now.
Does he?
Because he doesn't have to answer to anyone.
Because he's not working for anyone.
No.
Good on him.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Peter Ford in a while.
Did you see that guy, what was his name? Ty, the Perth cricketer? That ball?
Andrew Ty.
Yeah. What'd you think about that?
That's all right.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Good talk, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, Andy.
Where do we chart in the world, bestie men? Hey!
That's new.
That's new.
Is it?
I think you played it once, and I said I'd never played again because it reminded me of someone I used to work with.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
All right, guys. A bit of a chart update around the world. Best team man is out of the great the Great Britain basketball ranks. This is only but this is within the week, okay?
I didn't even know we were in it.
No, neither.
No, we're floating around. Okay. We had dropped 42 spots, which kicked us out of the top 100. They're in Great Britain in the basketball category. But great news, we have declined 24 spots in Australia in the basketball charts to 213.
That's because the NBL started, I reckon, and all the NBL podcasts started.
This is because, we have only done a little bit of content. You know what I mean? You usually would have Boost Team Men boosting up all the other stuff. Yes, have other things going on. We're still doing great though.
So what I was thinking we're all going to watch the Super Bowl on Monday at the casino. What we could do is have a few beers and then come record a Boost Team then after that.
Yeah.
That could work. Well, you got to suss it out, don't you?
I can join in. Andy, do you know much about NFL?
No fucking... I don't know what they all stand for.
I don't really know much about it either, but it'll be good because you guys haven't been to the district before.
No.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, it's nice.
Well, I know.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
whereabouts is it? Is it the new building? Or is it in the old building?
Old building. Go up the top of the escalator and it's there. Next to the sports bar. Very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's been a good spin of time. Real early drop this week.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So we're back. Next week we have a brand new sound. I guess the only thing that we're probably not going to change is something just like this.
Brought to you by the Brighton Trophy Centre. Cups, trophy, badges, medals. Yeah, we do it better. Best team, man. DTC, BTM, BTS. Yeah. Best team, man. Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.